Ridiculousness, ridiculousness, ridiculousness. Hello there. So, I have seen lots of these complaints on the net about the USA Olympic team opening ceremonies uniforms not being made in the USA. Well, this is ridiculous. Why? Ralph Lauren. I think Reid was right. Well, what are before that? What are before? What are their suits before? Okay. Were they made in the USA? Yeah, at least you could look back really long time ago, right? So this is not just a complaining that somebody could be right. Yes, if Ralph Lauren will more focus up with opening shops, factory shops around like states like Alabama, Kentucky, Tennessee, you know, even though it's cheaper than northern states, but at least you gotta make freaking somebody happy, right? Well, kind of ridiculous, but you know, I understand you could come back to American manufacturing. You know, like let's say Element TVs are made in the US and all these other stuff. What are closing? Yeah, keeps little by little. Who's gonna provide their shoes? New Balance? New Balance are made in America. Well, it's kind of have to be ridiculous right there, you know. Everybody driving their cars and shit, you know. Well, I might just tell you, everybody's driving even stuff made in Canada or stuff made in Mexico or elsewhere, right? Well, this is just little other equipment. If Team USA use stuff made in America or made in the USA, right? Well, it happened before, probably a long time ago. You might not notice that Team USA opening ceremonies before, I would tell you, of Italian tailors could be really good and they make really good work. That one of their opening ceremonies uniforms were made in Italy. Of course, if they were made in Italy, why freaking complain about the ones by Ralph Lauren that are made in China? Well, I tell you, it happened before, and it does gonna happen before until there's the time that, okay, let's make our shit here, and that's it. Well, foreign companies are making stuff here, right? So you better think about it. If instead of the U.S. Olympic team, Olympic Committee hired a European-based apparel company, and anyway, the company is either going to be based in Italy or based in France. So, what if next time, if the company is based in Italy or in France, are representing the U.S. Olympic team for their opening ceremony uniforms? Well, they're going to be made in the USA, but their company that makes them are based in France or in Italy, right? That's the real truth. Because why we want to wait for a US-based company like Ralph Lauren that you might not have that possibility, or you're gonna a company that's based here that they don't make shit here. Well, there's a more possibility for a company based in Europe, or based in Italy, or France to make their shit here, right? So there's other things besides that. Okay, what are Smith&Wesson? What are the U.S. handgun shooting team? The pistol shooting team. Are they going to use Smith&Wesson? No. They ain't going to be used Colt or Smith&Wesson. Probably there's a possibility that the U.S. hand pistol shooting team, their guns are going to be made in Austria. Why made in Austria? You might know one particular brand, they make guns in Austria. What are the basketball team? Probably they might have uniforms made in Mexico, right? So this is kind of ridiculous right there. But for 2016, you could base on European-based companies to make the opening uniforms in the USA, to open it up somewhere, or urge Ralph Lauren to open shops like places like Alabama, Kentucky, Tennessee, I live in this kind of state, southern states in general, to open shops to make uniforms for Team USA. That way everybody's going to be happy about it, and then right here in these kind of states, there's no unions involved and stuff, and then everybody be happy and everybody becomes a happy camper. You know, ununion manufacturing in the USA, my words, non-union manufacturing work in America could help other ones in Congress be a happy camper. Well, it's this video's from the closing line. But seriously, you better companies gotta be focusing on something, and then if Ralph Lauren doesn't do nothing about it, I think let some European-based company open shops here in America to make the uniforms for Team USA. The only difference is that the company's either based in France or based in Italy or somewhere else in Europe. So I hope you could enjoy this video. Please write me a comment and see what you think of a European-based company being an official sponsor for Team USA and making their products and apparel here in America. Bye.